Now let us look at an example of lead in project scheduling. We are presented with this information with activities A to G. A, clear site of topsoil. B, setting up building. C, excavate strip foundation. D, pour concrete in foundation. E, lay block in foundation footing. F, hardcore filling. G, oversight concrete. With predecessor activities and duration in days. We can note from the predecessor column that activity D precedes activity E, and it has a lead of 2, which is also noted as negative, as we noted in our previous lesson, and it has a finish to start relationship. So we are going to have our chart with activity on the vertical axis and duration on the horizontal axis. We shall proceed and draw the activities with their duration bars. So activity A has a duration of 1. Activity B has a duration of 2 days, but it has A as its preceding activity. Activity C has B as its preceding activity with a duration of 5. Activity E. So we continue with drawing the bar chart for activity D, and activity E has a lead of 2. So whilst activity D started and yet to complete, activity E commences. Means there is a relationship between these two activities. That is why D precedes E, but D wouldn't be completed before E starts. So activity E goes back by 2. That is, goes in the negative direction. That is why we have -2 for lead. So the activity E steps back 2 days and starts before the completion of activity D, as we can see in the chart. And then activity F has a preceding activity as E without any lead or lag, and the oversight concrete, which is activity G, gets completed in 2 days. Now let's link these bar charts with their preceding activities. So A precedes B, and B precedes C, and C precedes D, and D precedes E, but with a lead of 2 days, as we can see, and E precedes F, whilst F precedes G. So there's a total of 23 days being the duration of the project. Now let's observe if activity D and E that are related in a finish to start relationship. If activity E doesn't have a lead of 2 days, The project would have been completed 2 days later, which means would have had 2 days added to the 23 days duration, making it 25 days. So the lead in a project tends to accelerate the project or shorten the duration of the project, as you can see in the chart we have drawn. So the total duration is 23 days. Lead is typically expressed as a negative line.